Last one.
Woo-wee!
Alright, so this feels special already.
Does it?
Yeah.
How about this?
It feels different.
Doesn't it?
It feels like a throwback.
Why do we have so much more room in this car? Why do we feel like it's more luxurious?
Yeah, I like the red seatbelts.
Thank you.
You did this?
5 horsepower.
5 horsepower, red seatbelts.
This guy's letting us pass. Thank you. So, I mean, we just went around that turn at about 70 miles an hour.
Woo!
And I was trying to break traction in the front. So, do you see what I mean about where there's more and where there's less from when we were just in? We have more tire. Sweet. I have more rubber here. So basically here are some of the differences. I sized up the rubber all around. We're on the stock wheels, same size wheels that we were just in.
Okay.
But we have a tiny, tiny bit more because of the ratio, a tiny bit more sidewall.
Okay.
That changes the feel of the ride. Now we got rid of the PASM, that sport button. We got rid of the suspension change that Porsche puts in, the mag ride, whatever they call it. I got rid of that. I didn't like it. I found that it came in 2 settings and they were both wrong. That was just my opinion. What we did was we went to more of a raw setup. There is no button. It doesn't change. It is how it is. Drive it, figure it out, learn the car. It'll always be the same. I don't know. For me, it's better. And it screams.
Oh yeah.
So that car has the exhaust in it, but somehow, now maybe I don't know what the motor differences is. And again, 50,000 more miles on this car than that one, and I put them all on it. I don't know what it is. Let's see what else. So lightweight. We have gutted the interior of this thing. not really, but we took back seats out. We took the subwoofer out. All of the center console is gone. The radio is gone. Nav is gone. That whole cluster is gone. Removed the whole thing, and what we did was we moved the little unit that was here up to here.
That's clever.
So then we have, this is like a 911.
Yeah.
It's not, the fit and finish is shitty. It's like a race car. I never really cared about that one. What are you driving today? It's a 2005 Carrera S 911S, California. It's one of them custom jobbies. So the car sits, I guess, like Paul Kennel was just saying, just a tiny bit lower because we went with the B6s, the Bilstein B6s, which are a little bit firmer and a little bit lower. But we kept the stock springs all around. So those are the original Porsche springs, but they took everything apart and, new bushings, new shock mounts, all that stuff. I mean, we haven't done that many big things to it. We've done a shit ton of tiny things, kind of like racing. You just make a bunch of little tweaks. We got the studs instead of lugs, which is kind of a thing, more of an aesthetic thing, but I like it when you change the wheels. For me personally, it's easier.
Yeah.
Also more of the old school, the more of the hot rod feel. And then the weight reduction, all that stuff out of the inside, losing stereo amplifiers, losing subwoofer boxes, all of that stuff.
All that speakers,
all of those things are heavy. The back seats alone are over 20 pounds. Just the back seats. That whole nav unit engine, that was like 15 pounds, 12 pounds, something like that. You get that, right?
I get it. I feel it.
We needed a modern, predictable is the wrong word, dependable. We needed that kind of car.
Dependable race car.
Yeah,
This feels like
dependable race car.
This feels like a daily track-ready car that you can take to the track and play around, bring up to the canyons, and then just, it's also the daily.
Out of this car, I built what I thought a modern interpretation of the original idea for Porsche was. You know, the fact that it was a little lightweight sports car that you could drive to the track, race, and drive home.
Yeah.
Here it is. Shall we?
We shall.
I'm obviously a little bit more comfortable in this car, so perhaps I'm chucking it around a little bit more than a car that someone else owns. Is that possible? Do you notice that maybe?
Like, I can tell that you know this car, you're familiar with it. You put it into the turns a little bit harder than
The other one?
But anyone can say the same thing about their own car if they've spent plenty of time behind the wheel.
Right, 50,000 miles behind the wheel of it.
Oh, yeah.
Having dialed it to this point. It's, what's his name? Jack Olson. Fantastic.
Right.
One car to do it all. I subscribe to that mantra, Jack Olson. One car to do it all. I love it. I live by it myself. In fact, you know that. This was our fourth car when we bought it. And it's our only car now. I take it anywhere and everywhere. Home Depot, this is it. Luckily, we don't have to go many places. Working from home is nice. So you feel how you feel more, but it's not like a bumpy mess like you were driving an import car or something. It was slammed. So we still have all our suspension travel. It's just a slight bit stiffer. A slight bit, the balance is a little bit different because of the weight reductions that we've done.
Now, the GT3 we drove a while back, was that a 997?
991.
991,
Yeah.
okay.
This, currently as it sits, in my opinion, drives more similarly to a 997 GT3 than most things. It's not a GT3. I mean, a GT3 will outperform it, I'm sure,
right.
at the edge.
With the response you're getting from the road.
Yeah, and if anything, from the GT3s I've driven, because of running the different rubber that's a little bit wider, and changing the few things that you changed, or that we changed, I can't do this now. I'm gonna drive. So I can tell you that we got going significantly quicker there, having gotten on it later than we were able to in all counts. So I will say that literally right now we know this car is a little bit faster. I don't know why. That could just be because it's broken in, you know. Could be that it's a little bit lighter. Off the record, we got both of those times I let off at 111. Just long straightaway, nobody coming. I let off at 111 both times. We got going to 111 significantly quicker in 111 in this car than we did in Paul's, and I was on it sooner in the other one too. You know what I mean? Like
You were hot into the turn.
Yeah, and late. I mean, you know, when the pedal's to the floor, you're maxed out. It's not like oh, I didn't modulate the same. So maybe that's the lightweight.
I think it's the lightweight. It's a combination of everything. But the lightweight helps a lot.
Yeah. If anything, I felt that this car communicated more, because I had just gotten out of it to get into the GT3, communicated more road than the GT3 that I was in. Now it was a Gen 2, it was a 997.2 GT3. Maybe it's more refined than the Gen 1, I don't know. I mean, the engine was different for sure.
Now, was that because the GT3 felt more like futuristic spaceship?
Can't tell you.
Because to me, the GT3 felt like it had no limit. You could just keep going.
Oh, the 991 that we drove?
Right.
Yeah, that's a computer. That's a computer car. You just mash it, you know? So even just putting around, you'll feel that it's a little stiffer, but it's still refined. At least that's what I think. But there's nothing executive about it.
No.
And I like that. I'm such a nerd. We like this one.
Buddy?
We like this one a lot.
Yeah?
We're gonna
Yeah.
keep it. We're gonna keep it.
Hey, you're driving this.
I don't know. Do I get to vote on this one?
Yeah, I think you get to vote.
I don't
I'd
know.
still give it the thumbs up
Okay.
too. Yeah, this one's badass.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.